Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Opava, Czech Republic. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup European qualifiers. It's game day 2, and it's the battle between the Czech Republic and Lithuania. So on game day 2, we have this game as well as Bosnia and Herzegovina playing at Bulgaria, and you can only be impressed by the level in this group, really, when you consider how Lithuania played, how the Czech Republic started their game and battled in their game at Bosnia and Herzegovina. And of course, Bosnia and Herzegovina, a team that really it's a tough place to play. You can get up on them down there in Sarajevo, and they are not going to give up. So Lithuania and Czech Republic, two countries that played at the last FIBA Basketball World Cup that was staged obviously in China, and Czech Republic, the real surprise package. First of all, making it to that competition, but also getting all the way to the quarterfinals. Lithuania, they're one of the powerhouses. They're one of the powerhouses of international basketball, and they have been for pretty much 3 decades. Now, some of the results haven't been as good as they would have liked in recent times, and of course they missed out on the Olympics for the first time since 1992 when they regained independence, but they are nevertheless a force to be reckoned with, and they have come out in these qualifiers with a real business-like approach and looking like they want to take care of business and set the record straight, just to remind everybody indeed that they are Lithuania. So Czech Republic, despite playing well for long stretches and leading for much of the game in Bosnia and Herzegovina, they lost that game. They come into this one at home knowing they need to protect the home court, and they're under a little bit of pressure here. Also without some of their staples, their main players that have allowed them to go on that wonderful run to the World Cup and also to play at the Olympics. So on the evidence of really the last 2 major tournaments, the Czech Republic has done better. They won the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament in Victoria. They played at the Olympics. They finished 6th at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. But it is a new European qualifiers campaign, and exciting times indeed. So we're going to have a pause for the playing of the national anthems. Well, isn't it great to hear those national anthems? And the coaches shaking hands before the game here. And you know, their roles are so crucial. They have to be able to make adjustments on the fly. They're not with these guys a lot, but they have to be effective. Georgios Porsanidis from Greece, Vladimir Vujinovic from Montenegro, and Wojciech Liszka from Poland. Porsanidis in the middle, Liszka, Wojciech on the left, Wojciech Liszka, and very good refereeing crew, it has to be said, so I'm going to say it. I've seen those guys referee at the highest level in international basketball, and I'm sure that these guys, we're not going to have to talk about them at all, but we will be talking a lot about these players for Lithuania and the Czech Republic. And Jaromir Bohacic, who was one of their leading players at the World Cup, at the Olympics, and even more responsibility in this team without some of the others that no doubt will join later on down the line. And for Lithuania, you have to say Ekudis, I thought was impressive against Bulgaria, and some other Birudis as well. So a lot of players took part in the European qualifiers for the last World Cup, and the likes of Bukavicius making it to the World Cup. So here we are, Bukavicius in the starting five along with Tomasz Dimsa, who's been really good this season. Osvaldas Olasavicius was terrific the other night. Mindaugas Girdzionis and Laurenius Birudis playing in Spain with Obradoro. And Omanas Sukauskas, Galius, Ekudis, Kuzminskas, Masiulis, and Sazalskis coming off the bench for coach Max Vitas, who, by the way, has also got a pretty good staff assisting him in case he needs to bounce any ideas off of him. There you see, he's a fun coach to watch, and I think he's done very well the times that I've seen him calling the shots for the various club teams that he has worked with. So exciting times indeed for him. Kestas Kemzura, the former Lithuania coach, one of his assistants, also Giedrius Žabenis. And for the Czech Republic, I mean, it was stunning how they started the game the other night. I was shocked how good they were. Jaromir Bohacic, Jakub Serena, Martin Paterka, Peter Bohacic, Jaromir's older brother, and Tomasz Kinsling in the starting five. Boy, Kinsling was tough, wasn't he? Hustek, Vioral, Sainal, Purcell, Kovac, Paliza, and Jelinek coming off the bench for Nano Ginsburg. And without question, Jelinek was one of the best players on the planet when he played against Bosnia-Herzegovina the other night. He was tough, and now is the time for David Jelinek to really assert himself and be that player that he always believed he would be for Coach Ginsburg and for the Czech Republic. His star waned a little bit several years ago, and it seemed like he was kind of fading into anonymity, but he has come back and I think proved the other night that, you know, he's not only just a player that you can add to the squad, he's a player that can carry the team, which he did against Bosnia-Herzegovina. So while they did lose the Czech Republic at Bosnia-Herzegovina, they also had it confirmed that Jelinek especially is a player that they are going to be able to depend on moving forward, not just in these qualifiers, but in the big tournaments. Remember, also the Czech Republic will be hosting. They will be one of the four hosts for the FIBA Eurobasket next year when it is staged in 2022. Also Italy, Georgia, and of course Germany as the main hosts. So depth always crucial for every national team program, and the depth, I think, being put to the test here without Wojtek Ruban playing for this Czech team. Of course, he also missed the Olympics this summer as he was having an operation. But Lithuania got on top of Bulgaria early the other night and just were not going to be caught. So fascinating encounter awaits. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Opava, Czech Republic. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup European qualifiers, and it's a game between the Czech Republic, who fell at Bosnia and Herzegovina the other night, and Lithuania, who won convincingly over Bulgaria. And Arnas Bukavičius brings it up, passes it back outside, and we are off and running. So the Czechs won the opening tip and failed to score. And now the Lithuanians turn the ball over. I think you have to feel some sympathy for Lithuania about what happened this past summer at the Olympic qualifying tournament that they hosted in Kaunas, because I'm telling you right now, nobody was beating that Slovenia team anywhere. I thought for a minute they were going to win the gold medal at the Olympics. So here is the drive, and the basket is good by Peterka. So Lithuania, it was a huge disappointment for them not to go to the Olympics, but let's don't kid ourselves. They played a great Slovenia team. And Lithuania basketball is just fine, thank you very much. Laurinius Birutis scores down low. So 2 apiece here early on. The Czechs hoping the home court advantage can get them their first win, and putting up a shot from the arc and being fouled was Kislink. And Kislink was, for me, almost a revelation the other night, the way he played against Bosnia and Herzegovina. And look at Peterka as well, now playing for Braunschweig in Germany. And that was Kislink being fouled out on the perimeter, shooting the three-pointer. Every time a three-point shooter is fouled, you know a coach has just a little more gray hair than he had before. You just do not want to foul the jump shooter. I don't care how good he is. So Kislink makes the first 2. But there's so many good shooters in Europe that you know you got to get a hand in the face to try to mess them up. But inevitably, some fouls are going to be called. Girgiunas gets it across midcourt. Lithuania working it around. Dimsa. And gets it up quickly, and Birutis followed it, wasn't able to tap it in. Serena pushes it quickly for the Czechs. You can see they want to get down the court quickly. Probably to the liking of Lithuania. They like to get out and run as well. And nice finish. So 5 points, 5 quick points for Kislink. And driving in and missing. Bukavičius. Peterka hits another three-pointer. So really, just like the first half the other night, Peterka coming out like a house on fire, both he and Kislink, in fact. And the Czechs out to a big early lead. Girgiunas silences the crowd. So foul on the Czechs, turns it back over on Peter Bohacic. Bounce pass, and Birutis misses, but there for the tap was Olasavicius. Again, he had a terrific night against Bulgaria, and Lithuania pulled to within 4. Jaromir Bohacic goes in, gets to the drop. Doesn't switch to his right hand, just goes up with the left hand. Now getting right into the paint and putting it up and in was Dimsa. And now the turnover, Gurgionis, and fouled by Serena. Well, you don't want to turn the ball over against Lithuania. They will punish you. Boy, he just took it right away, didn't he? Like taking candy away from a baby. Just went in. And that was a nice little stop and hesitation. And here is a big opportunity for Lithuania. Gurgionis goes up and makes the first. Well, it was not a great start for Lithuania, but here they are. They're only down by 3 points. And the second is good as well. Bohacic from long range. And Bukavicius rebounds and runs. Look at him go. He wants to get all the way. No, he's going to pass it back out. And an air ball for Olasavicius. And driving in and scoring, Bohacic. Gurgionis pulls up and hits another jump shot. So confident start by Gurgionis. Peterka shows us his left hand, and the D from Bukavicius. Olasavicius again, guarded by Bohacic, fades back, Kislink rebounds. Kislink again, he goes in, and Birutis got over there in time to prevent the layup. Sejnal comes into the game for the first time tonight for the Czech Republic. Andrej Sejnal played a lot of minutes, and also Jelinek. Here he goes. See if he picks up where he left off the other night. Yes, he does, and he does so with his left hand. Peterka comes up, makes contact with Gurgionis. You can see he was not enamored with the no call. Olasavicius misses, now outside, and Gailius misses. So Davidas Gailius into the game for the first time and missing with his first shot. So Olasavicius is hearing it over there from Coach Kenzura, who really wanted to be here to be a part of this. Wants to be a part of this Lithuania team. And who wouldn't want him to be here as well? With all that experience, of course, he was the coach that led him to the podium back in 2010 at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in Istanbul, which was a sensational performance. A year after they had a really tough time at the FIBA Eurobasket in Poland, 2009, when they didn't get to the quarterfinals. They rebounded strongly. Now here is again the ball turned over. Bohacic, nice feed, and Veterka really has become a player that gets a lot of touches in this team. And now Mindaugas Kuzminskas, who's checked into the game, and they left Eimantas Bingius out because of that. Kuzminskas trying to post up down low. He gets into the paint and puts it up and in. Kuzminskas has really been playing well lately. Purcell also in the game for the Czechs, number 20. Bohacic behind the arc and drills it right over Martinas Ekuras. And now the turnover called on Vytenis Sizauskas. He's not looking too happy with that one. And now the turnover. Cavicius. Bounce pass. Ekuras goes up, and Purcell fouls him. So he takes a seat. And Ekuras takes his time and makes it. Zukauskas getting his first run in this game. Girdas Zukauskas. And Ekuras makes just one of two, but Zukauskas gets the rebound. Now runs the baseline. Gets the pass from Kuzminskas. And now the pass down low, and well, Lithuania, Sizauskas, who played for that man, Maxis Kazvidis, along with Bukavicius, and a lot of the youth teams that won a lot of titles. Getting a good run here. But he was denied trying to get to the rim that time. Andrej Senal going to try to inbound the basketball. So for the Czech Republic, it's Jelinek, Kovac, Paliza, Purcell, and Andrej Senal on the court right now. Long jump shot off target by Kovac. Kovac playing for Aaron Nimberg and just didn't come close to stopping Mindaugas Kuzminskas that time. You can see that Kuzminskas is really comfortable playing with his back to the basket. Paliza hands it off Senal, trying to get it to Purcell. Goes out of bounds with 3.2 seconds here on the shot clock. St. All inbounds that Poliza has to launch it up with the hand in the face and could not get the drop. Good D from Kuzminskas. Now Kuzminskas wants to go to work again. They force it out of his hands. Ekudus with the rebound, and it goes up and powers his way in. Best fans in international basketball right there. And Czech Republic, though, answer. So Purcell hustles down the floor. And throwing the ball out of bounds because it wasn't out of bounds, almost Galius. It leads to a fast break, but then Lithuania hustled down. And right at the end of the quarter, nobody is able to get the shot off in time. Almost. But entertaining first quarter. Czech Republic, 10 minutes in the book, lead at 23-19 over Lithuania. So Lithuania have yet to strike from downtown. Czech Republic have twice. And the Czechs 7 of 11 inside the arc. One more make inside the arc for Lithuania. So there was Ginsburg and Maksvydas shaking hands before the game. And we had a fast start once again by the team in white. Something they did. Well, Birutis actually went up and hit the rim on that. Paterka is like a machine shooting jump shots. He was against Bosnia-Herzegovina, and he has been tonight as well. And Birutis here showing us his move wasn't there, but that's why Olasavicius is so valuable. He does so many different things for Lithuania, and this was just careless from Serena, with Gergionis just picking his pocket and going in. And Serena was lucky that he didn't give away a three-point play there. So Opava, the home of this Czech Republic national team during this window, and that's what you see what you need to do there if you want to see the live stats and more. Just scan it in. Tell you the technology available these days to follow games. You're following stuff when you're getting into bed and getting out of bed. Make sure you get the World Cup app in your smartphone. It's got all the live stats, everything. Go to FIBA.basketball to look at all the information. Obviously, there's a lot in the social media that you can see as well from the various organizations, like governing bodies like FIBA, that put a lot out for your pleasure, for your enjoyment. And pleasure is not something that comes to mind looking at the concerned look on Coach Maksvydas' face. He is intense, and he knows this is going to be a very, very intense 30 minutes that still have to be played. Kuzminskas comes out and showing you why he was ushered into the team. No hay problema. He comes right in and is making a big impact. 7 points for Kuzminskas in just under 4 minutes of action. Sainal from deep and misses everything. Shot clock was winding down. Now Kuzminskas again. I think they really need to force the ball out of his hands. He's causing problems. Whether it's a double team, they're much better. Now he's going to pick and roll. Ekudus catches it down low, and Lithuania have taken the lead, and Nano Ginsburg knows immediately we got trouble. Alarm bells ringing in Prague. They call timeout. Mission accomplished, say the fans. Let's try to listen to Coach Ginsburg. Okay, I'm not seeing the boom mic, so we're going to have to read lips and talk about something else. Czechs 9 of 17 overall. Lithuania 10 of 19. So good shooting for both teams. The biggest difference of all, and this is because of Kuzminskas, is you look at the highlights of some of the action. 12 points off the bench for Lithuania, 4 for the Czech Republic. It'll also be interesting to see what this stat is at the end of the game. Fast break points. Right now, the Czechs are leading in that department 6-3. So Jelinek in the game. Here comes the Czech Republic, and Serena hustles down, and the tap by Peter Bohacek puts the Czechs back in front. David Isgalius leans into one and puts Lithuania back in front. Looked like he might have taken a shot to his right thigh. And again, Cizauskas comes out and fouls, and Serena and the Czechs, it's almost as if Nina Ginsburg said, if they want to come out and guard us, let's go past them. We can dribble. We can dribble our way past them. Bohacek. Peterka, and this time shows his human, missing it. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. Martin Peterka is 3 of 5 from the floor. In fact, 1 of 2. He had 14 points against Bosnia and Herzegovina. He was 4 of 5 from three-point range. Cizauskas, Kuzminskas, Gytis Masiulis, Normantas, and Zukauskas on the floor, and Lithuania have it. Cizauskas, guarded by Serena. Oh, where was he throwing it? Masiulis wasn't ready. Three-point shot. Oh, he falls down. Peter Bohacek, or excuse me, I'm not sure who that was, and now the pass at the other end, and Lithuania score. And holding his left ankle, is that Jelinek? Well, the Czechs are naturally going to say he was fouled. So it is Jelinek indeed. Watch his left foot. Oh, he landed right on the defender, on Zukauskas, and that is not good. It's not good for him, and it's not good for the Czech Republic if he's twisted his ankle. If he's hurt and has to leave the game indefinitely, or for the rest of the game, they've just lost their most potent player on offense. And it's you can understand why Zukauskas wants to get out there and play defense and get the hand in the face of Jelinek, because this guy is lights out shooter. So he's in some pain. He's played basketball a long time. He's turned his ankle before. He's landed on an opponent's foot, and that doesn't look good, him going out of the game. Watch this again. Nah, it's just unfortunate that he landed on the foot. There's nothing that Zakauskas did wrong there. Well, tough development for the Czech Republic, who now trail by 3, and they've lost their main weapon, Jelinek. Bohacic goes between the legs, gets in the paint, goes up, gets blocked by Kuzminskas. And Zakauskas, nice bounce pass. And the layup by Masiulis. Biggest lead of the game for the men from the Baltics. An offensive foul called on Peter Bohacic. Porsanidis, the Greek referee, saying that he used his elbow. Oh, yeah. Yep, he was right on it. Absolutely. And look at Zakauskas delivering the bounce pass to perfection to Masiulis, who did well to run the floor. So 3 fouls on Peter Bohacic, and I don't know that his coaches are even aware. Okay, they are, because they're going to bring him out. So the older brother of Jaromir Bohacic goes out, and Sainal is going to replace him. Andre Sainal, who has yet to score. Kuzminskas trying to get to the baseline, passes it back out. Oliver Sainal challenging. Here's Gytis Masiulis. And Masiulis goes up and is fouled. Masiulis makes the first. Masiulis' father, Tomas, played for Lithuania back at the 2000 Olympics. And Kuzminskas keeps it alive, gets the basketball back. So Lithuania is starting to get on top of this Czech team. Crucial moments here, and Masiulis not able to defend Kuzminskas, who gets in, but then some help defense from Bohacic. And Kuzminskas missed the shot. And Kislink is asking the ref why the whistle wasn't blown there for a foul on Zakauskas. Watch this. Well, it's because he did reach, there's no doubt about it, but he got a lot of ball. Oftentimes the whistle will blow if you see the reach, but looked like it was a good no call. So a technical foul has been called for complaining on the Czechs. So their plight has become even worse. Just a technical from the bench. Somebody said something. The ref didn't like it. And now it's a 7-point lead for Lithuania. The Czechs actually led 25-24 with 8:52 remaining, and since that point, it's been all Lithuania. Not only that, but the Czechs have lost apparently Jelinek, and we don't know for how long, but it didn't look good when he left after landing on the foot of Zakauskas. Bounce pass, and Lithuania getting out and running, and Zakauskas scores another one. So they have absolutely taken over in the second quarter. And look at Kuzminskas. We've seen his shooting, we've seen his shot blocking, and here we see him making the bounce pass, which is what we also saw from Zakauskas. So Lithuania doing a lot of good things.
Okay, let's go soft side. Shake down. You don't need to do that. Just kick. Shake down. Okay? Let's go. Come on.
Well, the Czechs had some good stuff working there, but right now it's not looking good as Jelinek has a shoe off. He's elevating his foot, and I'm guessing he's probably done for the day. Not that I've been given official word, but it's been a long time without a basket here for the Czech Republic. And Bohacic is fouled as he gets into the paint. Bohacic makes the first. Does not make the second, and Gytis Masulis grabs the rebound. Wow, three-point shot from Demza back in the game. He's got 5, and Lithuania are rolling right now in Opava. Kislink gets 2 right back. And the whistle blows again. Well, Demza has been so good this season that he was ushered into that national team. Been playing very well in Italy for Nutribullet Treviso, where he's averaging almost 17 points per game and 5 assists in the Basketball Champions League. So first foul on Kislink. Czechs would like to get some offense from their defense if they could. They just haven't really been able to stop Lithuania. This time the ball batted out of bounds, so good job defensively that time. Andres Sejnal comes back into the game. So Martin Paterka getting some attention over there. Not sure what that's about. Sejnal. And he drives in, and nice finish. And that was even with Birutis in there defending that low post. An offensive foul. Oh, boy. Demza caught the check with the elbow. Another thing's Olasavicius. That must have been a previous play, but anyway. Now the dump and scrap for the basketball. Putting it up. Purcell missing everything, so it's going to be Lithuania basketball. Jonas back into the game. Lithuania, you know, he's getting everybody minutes. Just looking and double checking. Yeah, everybody's playing. Everybody's played at least 4 minutes. The least amount that Lithuania has played has been Masiulis, about 4:22. So everybody's involved in the game for Lithuania. And there is an alley-oop pass. And Birutis finishes. Bohacic passes it back outside to Kislink. Kislink, he really can get to the rim, can he? The thing is, if you've scouted him, you know that that's what he wants to do, and he's still getting there. Well, Bohacic had his hand on it, he couldn't rebound it. And another offensive rebound, another opportunity. Girgionis. Guarded by Purcell from deep. And finally, the Czechs get it back. Three-point shot, Serena, that was short. Lithuania doing an excellent job passing the ball, and an unsportsmanlike foul has been called on Bohacic, who just grabbed Girgionis. Look at this. Well, just kind of reached in, wasn't playing the ball. Well, Max Vitas was on the call as well. So Girgionis, who another of those that played in the last European qualifiers, at the line and gets the first free throw to drop. 32 years of age now with BC Ritas. And a lot of experience. Makes the second. Kauskas back in, gets it to Girgionis. Shot clock about to expire. Somebody's got to put it up. Demza goes up, and I don't think he got it off in time, did he? Did he? Okay. Just in the nick of time. Saint-All. Serena and, excuse me, that was, yeah, Jakob Serena. Czechs now just 2 of 10 from deep. Lithuania 2 of 7. Dimsa's pass goes off of Kislink's foot and out of bounds. Three-point shot, Dimsa. Barutis getting away with a shirt grab there. Now driving in, Lukas Paliza. Quickly over to Kislink, and Kislink front rims it. So final 35 seconds of the first half. It's all going Lithuania's way right now. Inside to Barutis. And Bohacic can't stop him, Peter Bohacic. And they've got their biggest lead of the game, 13 points. Shot clock about to expire. Paliza has to put it up, and they had a foul to give, Lithuania. You could see Max Vydas signaling over there from the bench. We've got a foul to give. So he sits down and Ural checks in. Now, final seconds ticking off the clock. St. Aug is going to make his move. He forgot the ball. He puts it up, and thus ends a very disappointing second quarter for the Czech Republic when they were outscored 26-9 by Lithuania, who have taken control of this European qualifier. They lead it 45-32. Over the Czechs at halftime. Lithuania shooting 67% inside the arc. Twice as many assists, 10 more rebounds, and it doesn't help the Czechs that that man right there is limping off the court. Jelinek. Kuzminskas and Kislink each with 9 points to lead their respective teams. Bohacic and Girzionis also have 8 points for their teams. Well, after a very tight first quarter, which the Czech Republic ended up outscoring Lithuania 23-19. The Lithuanians have come back with a vengeance, outscoring them 26-9 in the second quarter to take the lead. Some of the early action, though, did favor the Czechs. Good passing, though, from Lithuania. Zakauskas, we saw his alley-oop pass to Kuzminskas, and here he was delivering the bounce pass to Gytis Masiulis. And then we saw a lot of this guy doing a little bit of everything. Kuzminskas delivering the inch-perfect bounce pass, and then showing us when he draws the double team what happens. He finds Dimsa, who's able to knock down the three. Kislink has been a bright spot. And, you know, some of these guys, they're just trying to make that next step to play for a very successful national team in recent times. And it just, you know, you're now going up against teams like Lithuania and Bosnia and Herzegovina, and that is not easy at all when you see him making plays like this. But Kislink, who plays at Praha here in the Czech Republic for Coach Josh King, doing a great job of showing that he deserves his spot in the team. And they're going to need more of him in the second half if they're going to have any chance against this Lithuania team that just looks ruthlessly efficient here in the first half. Spreading the points around. So at halftime, 45-32, Lithuania on top of the Czech Republic.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Out, Di Bartolomeo, he'll sidestep three. He's fouled, he hits the three. What a shot from Di Bartolomeo. How important could that be? Nails the jumper and will head to the line for the bonus. Poland living a little dangerously, and here they are. It's Hollis just picks the pocket clean and goes up for the two-handed dunk.
Just outside the three-point line eventually. Hans Van Wijn gets to the inside. There to touch the play, but it's wiped away. Well, he's been everywhere so far.
Comes off, it's like the ball screen. Clark lifts, nice pass. Oh, down the runway for two. Gabe Olaseni throws it down.
Loose pass from him. And now, in transition. Oh, the rejection! Timed beautifully.
Takes in the leg, gets rejected under the basket. Two rejections and another one. Three. Can they make it for? Oh my lord. Well, right now the Greek said 4 times, Spiti Mu. This is our house. You are not welcome.
Oh, what a pass! Teodosic finds a wide open Dusan Ristic. Another couple of baskets here, and this one could get interesting. Bacco rolling down the middle, back-to-back dunks for Ismail Bacco. Bacco splits between 2 Serbian defenders.
No options, so they're going to resettle and recycle. Tunja. Oh, what a pass. Larkin gets the easy two, but the ability to pass the ball and move off it.
The German league, here he is putting it up from 3-point range, a little bit long. They got a Hurley, and they put it up. Oh, it goes in! What a play! Maybe, just maybe, that'll be the spark for Poland in the 4th quarter. Garbac. Who would not like to do that? They all practice it. You better believe they practice it. And Garbac knows it. He knows it's in.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Udělat
si print screen obrazovky vašeho telefonu, to pro vás slouží jako poukaz k vysvětlení té hlavní výhry. Takže pojďme na to, tady je basketbalový výstavu. Můžeme začít, jdeme na první otázku. Jakub Šiřina právě oslavil 31., 33., 34. anebo 37. narozeniny. Odpovědi nám tam skáčou, za malou chvilku vidíme tu správnou a také kolik z vás se trefilo. Správná odpověď je 34. Aktuální odpověď kovedí, které ale zatím nic neznamená.
See Kuzminskas leading Lithuania as they're on top 45-32 at halftime over the Czech Republic. Doing a little bit of everything. And likewise, Tomas Kislink, even going up against the taller players, doesn't mind taking them on. He's got 9 points. But again, Lithuania with a 13-point lead at the break. So Kislink has the 9 points, Purcell with the 2 rebounds, and Serena with the 3 assists. Those are the team leaders. And again, the worrying part for the Czech Republic is how do you make up for the scoring that Jelinek would provide. Now, there's no guarantee that he would have had the type of game that he had the other night when he just excelled against a very good Bosnia and Herzegovina team. 30-plus points, but nevertheless, losing a player of his ilk is not what the doctor ordered. Kuzminskas, meanwhile, wasn't with Lithuania when they played against Bulgaria, but has been able to join the team and has shown all of his experience. He's been with this national team for several years now and has looked very, very good out there. So almost assuming a leadership role, Kuzminskas. All of that experience comes in handy. So a lot of work to do for the Czechs if they're going to avoid going to 0-2, especially against a team that seems to be in its stride right now. We had some great basketball in these European qualifiers. Last night, Germany held on to beat Poland 72-69. That was in Lublin, Poland. Slovenia won a very hard-fought game against Sweden 94-89. Israel turned back Estonia 79-69. That was in Estonia. Estonia had actually won their game at Germany. Finland got their first win last night, beating Croatia, sending the Croatians to 0-2. Doesn't look good for Croatia already. They lost their first game by a couple points to Slovenia. Belgium got a big win yesterday over Serbia. So Belgium are 2-0 here in the windows. Belarus, who upset Turkey on opening night 84-70, gave Greece a real hard time yesterday, but ultimately the Greeks came back, or the Greeks put them away to win. So all 4 teams in Group B are 1-1 because Great Britain, who had beaten Greece, couldn't build on the double-digit lead they had on Turkey and ended up falling in Istanbul. So a lot of good action. Latvia well, you keep an eye on them tonight. Georgia, who won 88-83, will not have apparently Tornike Shengelia tonight when they play against Spain. Spain won their first game, and they're playing in Jaén tonight in Andalusia. So Portugal will be hoping that they can get their first win. Also, Iceland will they'll be trying to go 2-0 after winning 79-77 at the Netherlands. So the other European games tonight, Iceland will be in Russia. North Macedonia will play at Ukraine, and a couple of teams searching for their first wins. Bosnia and Herzegovina will try to go to 2-0 when they play at Bulgaria. France will visit Hungary. Latvia will be at home to Slovakia. And Portugal will be seeking their first ever win in the European qualifiers, and they play at Montenegro, who were the smallest country population-wise to play at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in China. Netherlands also will be at Italy in a battle of 0-1 teams. That'll be a very uncomfortable game, you would think, for Italy, who lost to Russia in their first game. And the Netherlands, they're always a tough opponent. They don't want to drop to 0-1 or 0-2 rather. They'll be at the FIBA Eurobasket. That's the great thing about international basketball. You got so many tournaments, so many games, and as you can see that the fans, it's capturing the imagination. A lot of countries coming out supporting their teams. So Peter Bohacic has the 3 fouls. The Czechs are going to have to get this done, playing some D and controlling the boards. Second half action underway. Lithuania on top by 13 points and starting with possession. Kuzminskas misses with his first attempt, and Peterka not able to rebound the miss. It goes out of bounds. Ekudas gets it back, and goes up and scores their biggest lead of the game now, 15 points. We have seen some teams come back from big deficits, but it's going to be a big ask against this Lithuania team. Kislink gets right down the lane and puts it up and in. Boy, he is fantastic, isn't he? Number no Jelinek, who's out of the game injured. So the long 3 off target. Bohacic has it on the wing. Gives it back to Peterka, who pulls up and sees his attempt rim out. Kuzminskas bounce pass. Ekudas gets it to drop. Kuzminskas pulling the strings tonight. He's going to get a few assists, isn't he? Bohacic. Thought Serena was going to go the other way. Serena was doing the cut, trying to go back door. That assist right there from Kuzminskas was indeed his 3rd. So he has a team-high 3 assists right now. And now Girgionis is fouled by Peterka. Well, why don't we have a little wrestling? Demsa bounce pass. Kuzminskas passes it back to the bearded number 33. Now it goes into Echeres, and Kislink dives on the floor, and Lithuania not able to pick it up in time to attempt a shot before the shot clock. Kislink quite possibly could qualify as a revelation in this window for me, or on the all-revelation team, because he has been tough, and that's despite the fact that he's 28 years of age. Oh, boy, they got a break there, but then they still did not score. Demsa thought about pulling up, decides to pass. Bukavicius down low to Kuzminskas. He gets rid of it with the double team. They're going to end up with a wide open note. It's going to be Girdzionis. And the Czechs, again, not able to rebound the miss. Now the Czechs do get it this time. Peter Bohacic, got to get the ball to your guard, and he does, finally. And the ball almost turned over by the Czechs. They're in a big rush here. They want to get it down the court, and now about that, they almost turned it over like 3 times, but they end up getting a layup from Peter Bohacic, and he was fouled on the play. Older brother of Jaromir, one of the celebrated Czech players. Well, Kislink was in, ooh, he missed that one. That's going to stay at this end. Kislink was in the Czechs squad team that played at the FIBA Eurobasket 2017 in Romania, but they did not have a good Eurobasket. He didn't really get that much playing time. But he had played for a lot of the youth teams dating back to 2009. Here's the drive, and Bohacic scores, so it's a 4-point trip down the floor for the Czechs. Demsa short, and Kislink ends up with it, and then he's fouled by Bukavicius, who famously got the first ever triple-double in the Basketball Champions League back in the day when he played for Neptunus Klaipėda, or Klaipėda rather. Here's Kislink. Yeah, he was fouled a couple of times, a few times. Basketball, the #1 sport in Lithuania. Here's the drive, and the basket is good from Serena. And the deficit now back to single digits. It's all about defense right now for the Czechs, though. They got to guard the open man. Ooh. And they turn it over, and again, a chance to run. Bohacic pulls up on the break and doesn't get it to drop. Lithuania hustled down to get the rebound. Girdzionis. Oh, Girdzionis picks up the dribble. And Paterka again, maybe just don't be quite so aggressive on the ball. It's just, he gets the foul call because he's reaching. So timeout, 49-40, Lithuania on top. The Czechs have scored the last 6 points.
Come on.
Well, it's been a terrific game, but unfortunately, we're not going to see the man right there in your screen to the right, number 25, David Jelinek, who came down on the foot of Zekauskas in the first half and had to exit. The foot injury, or I think it's a foot injury, ankle injury. Galius pulls up and misses, and good rebound from Peter Bohacic. Gets it to Jaromir. You know, Kislink wants to get to the rim. Nope. Gets it to Peterka. And then Peterka fouled by Girdzionis. Those two guys really pushing each other around. Serena wanted to dump it down low to Peterka, but Olasavage just had him guarded. Bohacic, a little fade away, and swooping in for the rebound is Galius. Bukavicius to Equitas. He's becoming kind of the main man, but he gets swatted by Bohacic a couple times. And Kislink walking a tightrope over there. A great defense by Jaromir Bohacic. Thought he was giving away too much size there against Equitas, but he handled himself well. Boy, Bukavicius almost took that the other way. Look at Bohacic get in. Had a great drive, but he didn't finish. Look at this. He goes right at Barudis. And then it was Peter Bohacic, I think, who pushed off. So he has to go after his fourth foul, take a seat. Girdzionis to Zekauskas, and good D from Kislink. It really is that moment of the game for the Czechs. You feel like they just cannot afford to give anything away right now. They're defending like their lives depend on it. Especially Bohacic and Kislink. Here's Peterka. And Peterka finds the open man. Wonderful pass. So Olasavicius gets another two. Kislink from deep. And good box out by Barudis. Olasavicius thought about taking it all the way, brings it back out. Girdzionis pulls up at the elbow. And Kislink, wow. That was absolute terrific play by Kovacs. After Kislink went up and tried to get the rebound, the ball fell to Kovacs and he was able to at least control it. Jakub Serena goes out, takes a breather. All hands on deck right now for the Czechs. So it's Bohacic, Kovacs, Kislink, Peterka, and now Andrei Sejnal. Wojciech Liszka, the Polish referee, says, let's inbound it from over here. Bohacic bounce pass, Kovacs back outside to Kislink, who flies in. They stay after it, and somehow Kovacs is able to tap it in. Galius back to Olasavicius. And now pulling up and missing was, I'm not sure who that was. Now the quick pass down low. That was Sisauskas who missed it for Lithuania. Brutus did a good job of protecting the rim, but they couldn't keep Kovac off the glass there. Now this is a big play, big chance, and driving in, and what a great defense from Lithuania. Masiulis with the block. Oliver Seinau inbounding with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Seinau putting it up from a long way out. And a chance to run for Lithuania, 3-on-2 break. What will they do? Zikauskas with another pass, and a foul called as Masiulis gets sent down hard to the hardwood. Well, in fairness, Bahacek kind of went straight up, but he had his arms lowered, and with the contact, they've called the foul. Okay, they've called it on Kovac. Oh, they give away the easy one, but Olasavicius just misses. I don't know if he was pushed. Nothing was called. And a technical foul's been called on Olasavicius because he thought he was fouled. He said something. So Peterka misses the free throw. So maybe the basketball gods had a hand in that. He had wanted the foul called. It looked like it was pretty decent defense by the Czechs. Seinau. Don't think he wants to settle for the jumper. Here he is, going in. Good read. Kovac is active, but not able to score there with Zikauskas playing some defense. He's been very good. Remember Eurelius Zikauskas from the old days of Lithuania? It's a good basketball name. Olasavicius is going to go out, and that was a disappointing trip for Peterka and the Czechs, coming away with nothing after the technical foul, and they don't score. It's a grind right now. They still got 12 minutes to turn this around, but Lithuania right looking formidable, up 9 points. Galius. Zikauskas, and he gets it to go. That was huge. Oh, beautiful pass. What a play by Peterka to Seinau. Well, it was important that they answered immediately after the three-point shot by Zikauskas, just psychologically. Galius, his pass, they weren't ready, and it's going to lead to a fast break from Kislink. Well, the Czechs are battling away. You got to give them credit. A lot of teams might have crumbled against Lithuania today, but they have not. They've played determined basketball here in the second half. In the final minute of the third quarter. Sisauskas steps back, and the rebound falls to the Czechs, and then Kislink is fouled by Galius. So with Lithuania over the limit, Kislink will go to the line and a chance to pull this, cut this deficit to 6 points. So Kislink has been pouring in the points here, 13, And they need every one of them, with Jelinek not able to play today or having been injured. Kislink's a great example of how you just keep playing, working hard, getting better. Your chance will come, and his chance has come. And he is making the most of it. He has been really good for the Czechs in this window. So number 71 makes both free throws, and it's back to a 6-point game. Lithuania looking to get another basket here to stem the flow of points for the Czechs. Girčionis over to Kuzminskas, comes off the three-point line, gets in the paint, makes a bounce pass. They were ready for it, and now the Czechs have it, and presumably they're going to try to hold it for one. Yes, Oliver Sainal will indeed. And final seconds ticking off the clock. He gets in, he gets rejected again by Masulis, who looks down on him disdainfully, and now they look at each other. Masulis says, "Get it out of here. Don't bring it." Look at this. I don't blame Sainal getting up. It's like, you've already blocked his shot. You don't have to say something, but you know, these guys are competitive. No telling what they've been saying to Masulis out there. I like it. I like a little bit of nastiness. Well, they called a technical on Masulis, and for the second time in this quarter, the Czechs have missed a free throw, a technical free throw. So that's a couple of points, a couple of vital points. But I think Masulis, well, we'll talk about that in a second. Oh, what a play. The inbounds alley-oop to Paterka. And Lithuania just kind of lost the initiative there in that third quarter. Over the last few minutes. So it's the Czechs that have a nice run, and everybody contributing, digging in, outscoring Lithuania 18-9 in the quarter. It's game on. It's Lithuania on top, 54-50 at the end of 3. So both teams now almost identical inside the arc. Lithuania with one more 3, and very similar at the line as well. I think the way, as we look at these highlights, the way the Czechs have been able to stay in this game in many respects just shows how far they have come in basketball. I mean, they've had to be tough mentally here not to get run out of their own gym against this Lithuania team that was turning on all cylinders in that first half. And I suppose some tough, heady play by the Bahaciks. Kislink was excellent. I thought Kovac came off the bench and gave some quality minutes. Paterka has been reliable. Andrei Sainal as well. And more to my point about talking about Masulis, it's good to see him kind of like have that little nastiness, because I don't want to say he was soft, but I think maybe there was an image that perhaps he was a little soft. And it's good to see him toughening up out there, but he can do that just by showing the block. Here is the World Cup app, World Cup qualifiers app, certainly that I've been looking at all day today, and I would encourage you to have it in your smartphone for whenever you have questions about what's going on. So fourth quarter action is underway, and the Czechs start with possession. Oliver Sainal. Boy, he's getting physical out there with Dimsa. Oh, the bounce pass was there, and he made it, but they call an offensive foul, and Nano Ginsburg can't believe it. So the foul was on Paterka. He must have pushed off. Watch. On the pick. Ooh. think you can understand Nano Ginsberg's reaction, having watched that. And Zukowskis misses, but he follows his own shot, and back to Masulis, who puts it up. Wow, that was a very curious decision. Had plenty of time on the shot clock. And Zukowskis has been excellent. Look at him battling out there. Peterka, boy. And I think you have to say that was a little dubious as well, that decision, with Zukowskis playing the kind of defense he was. Kuzminskas into the corner. Dimsa stays out, and here come the Czechs. Three-point shot. Oh boy, Paliza falls to him kindly. Can you believe it? How fortunate were the Czechs on that one? An air ball lands right in their hands, and they get a chance for a three-point play. So Masulis goes out. Kuzminskas picks up the foul. Ekudus back into the game. And Łukasz Paliza takes his time and makes a free throw, something the Czechs haven't done much of lately. He makes that one. And now it's a one-point game. Well, the Czechs 7 of 11 at the line. Lithuania 7 of 9. Dimsa dribbles right, gets in the paint, puts it up. Tough drive there for the follow, Ulasavicius, and he was fouled. Excuse me, that was on the follow, Ekudus. Ulasavicius out of the game currently, and he's a workhorse, Ekudus. He's got 9 points today, 6 rebounds. And now he's in double digits, the first Lithuanian in double digits tonight. Kislink has 15, he's on the bench for the Czechs, and Bohacek has 10, Jaromir Bohacek. So Ekudus takes it back up to a three-point advantage. Bohacek goes behind his back. His brother back in the game, Peter, with the 4 fouls. Sainal clearing out for him to go to work. Takes a tough drive, and there is going to end up with a three that ties the game. Paliza, well, he's had some big scoring games in his career. There's no doubt about that. He can score. And Lithuania, having led by as many as 15, are now tied. Dimsa off the back of the iron. Great work by Ekudus. Now he goes back in. He goes up, and he's blocked and fouled. Kovac sends Ekudus to the line. Boy, Ekudus has been a real workhorse out here for Lithuania today. 11 minutes. Boy, look at that. And you can see that Czech behind the basket fan or whoever pumping his fist. Here's Ekudus. He just made a couple, and now he's making another one. In fact, he had a three-point play, so he's made a couple free throws here, and he only makes 1 of 2 this time. Kovac hands it off to Sainal, who's guarded by Szyzowskis. Sainal goes past, gets all the way in, and, well, He thinks he can get to the rim. He's close. He's not finishing. I don't know if he thinks he's being fouled. No, that's good defense. And I think he's fortunate, obviously, that the Czechs get possession here, that Lithuania didn't rebound the miss. Poliza again, and not this time. Lithuania with a slight advantage here, looking to build. Ekudus gets it over to Cizauskas, gets to the baseline, passes it back outside. Dimza for three. It's a little long. What a box out. Is that a box out or a barge out? Kovac and Kuzminskas going at it. And this time it's Zukowskis reaching around from behind. Boy, he has been tough to play against tonight. Zukowskis 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a block. And timeout on the court. 6:38 remaining. A close contest, just as we thought it would be.
Take the ball out. Where to get the ball? Give it a now. You and you. You are going in. Okay? You are going in. Sorry, you are going in. In. Okay? In. You take the ball. In. You go. You go. You. After that, you go on there. Everybody come to everybody.
Well, it has been a great game. Boy, what a comeback by the Czechs. I didn't think they had it in them, to be honest, but they have. And Lithuania right now with a 1-point lead, trying to go to 2-0 in this window. But clearly, this one has the potential to go all the way. Czech Republic, obviously, you know, this is a game they need to win. You don't want to lose at home. And you definitely don't want to start 0-2. So they have got an air of desperation about their game, and it's good to see if you're a Czech fan, that's for sure. But Lithuania, if they could get the win, it would be priceless to win on the road in the Czech Republic. European qualifiers, nothing comes easy. Poliza, well, coming out and missing, and Bohacic almost got that rebound. But here comes now Lithuania again. Cizauskas has it. Kuzminskas, not quite as influential here in the second half. And this time he puts it up, and you can see he's getting a bit testy with some of the contact. Kovac guarding him. So it was Bohacic that Kuzminskas reacted with, not so much Kovac. So 4 fouls on him, and Poliza went out after the timeout to make that shot. He missed it. Now he comes out of the game, and Kislink comes back in. And Kuzminskas makes a very important free throw. So Kuzminskas now with 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, but he only makes 1 of 2. Sainal. Here's Kislink. Watch for the penetration. He likes to get to the rim. Nope, he's going to step back, and he's going to hit a go-ahead three-pointer. What a story developing here in the Czech Republic with Tomáš Kislink. 18 points. Now the drive and the pass back out to the arc. And Lithuania have moved back in front. Soskas showing us what he's all about. Sainal has to hurry to get it across midcourt. He gets it over just in the nick of time, and then he's fouled by Kuzminskas. Well, they could look at that if they wanted, really. He's not playing the ball. This was Kislink hitting the three. I think they made the same call on Bohacic in the first half when they looked at it and they called it unsportsmanlike. Anyway. Here they are again. Certainly nobody from the Czechs that I could see was appealing for an unsportsmanlike. So here is Bohacic driving in, Peter Bohacic, and maybe you could argue force that one up. Soskas, he just hit the go-ahead three. And now the foul called on Ekudas. He's going to go express his grievance to the referee. Watch this. Is he set? It's a tough play, you know. It's been a point of emphasis for the refs, and gosh, you see it called so many times. And now a foul called on Zakauskas. He had gotten his share of fouls on Peter Bohacic. Guessing that one evens out a little bit. Here's Sainal, passes back to Kislink, who goes up, and he's hit. This is a physical game, folks. I went to a basketball game and a smash-up derby. Look at that. Goodness me, bodies everywhere. Don't even think about playing in this game unless you're willing to feel a little bruised afterwards. Soskas goes out. Dempsey comes back into the game. Again, with Jelinek out of the game with the injury, Kislink's performance really stands out. But he only makes one of two. $19 points for Kislink. The Czechs now 8 of 13 from the line, which I wouldn't say is great. Oh, look at that! Great effort by Ekudas to get it, and it was Zakauskas that ended up with the basketball to put it up and in for Lithuania. Bohacic puts it up, and it's long. It bounces off Peter Bohacic and out of bounds. And with 3:46 remaining, Lithuania on top by 3. And you got Kemzura over there with Max Vitas ushering. Look at that. Also, really, the ball was knocked out of the hands of Ekudas, and Zakauskas was in the right place at the right time, was able to go up with it. Gudjonas steps back. But Cavicius dumps it to Ekudas. Can't get it to drop. Serena back in. Here's Kislink. the danger man. He probably likes this matchup going up against Equitas, and he does beat him. Probably a step too quick for the big fella. Looked like Equitas might be able to block that shot, but Kislink is so quick that he's able to get past him. He's got 21. Now the drive and the block and the foul called on Kovac. He is gone. But I got to tell you, he has played hard tonight. I think Ginsburg is going to be happy with what Kovac has been able to bring to the table. Kislink looked like he almost got fouled on that drive on the replay. So I'm guessing that was not a shot. Doesn't matter, they're over the limit anyway. So Kovac goes out of the game, and free throw is coming for Tomasz Dimsa, one of the solid performers for Lithuania, but he misses. The Lithuania faithful hoping that they leave here tonight with a win. Team back up by 2 points. Goodness me, I'm getting nervous watching this. Kislink over to Bohacic. Bohacic goes off of his brother's hands and into the hands of Dimsa. Dimsa over to Equitas. They find Zukauskas wide open. And Peter Bohacic gets it quickly. And here comes Yadomir. .220 remaining. Kislink. Will he try to get to the rim again? Nope. He gives it up to Bohacic, and he traveled. Oh, the turnovers, especially this time of the game. $12 turnovers for Lithuania and 11 for the Czechs. Dimsa dumps it to Equitas, and he goes back to Zukauskas again. It's for three. Good! Huge shot from Zukauskas. And particularly painful for the Czechs, who looked a little lost on their previous trip down the floor. When they turned it over, Paterka running at him, but Zukauskas nails it. His second three-pointer of the game, Lithuania's 5th, and they lead it by 5. Well, what a game it's turned out to be, and really it's all about making shots at this time of the night. And Zukauskas has just hit a huge one. A three-pointer, his second of the game. He now has 11 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. And after Equitas, the highest rated efficiency player for this Lithuania team, Equitas has 12 points, 11 rebounds. Steps back, Bohacic, good! Boy, talk about ice running in his veins. That was big time. No margin for error there for the Czechs as they cut it back to a 2-point game. So Zukauskas with the 3, and then Bohacic with the 3. Zukauskas showing some moves out here. Now he backs in, misses everything. And we've seen that happen so many times tonight. The Czechs play great defense, but they're not able to rebound the miss. Bohacic one of the SIG Strasbourg leading players this season in France. One of the stars in the Basketball Champions League, and showing his value with that shot. Now 4.3 seconds remain, so Lithuania have to call the play. Porzingis warning. You can hear him saying, hey, listen, do not get a technical by going over this line. Nice little runner, and the Czechs get it back. Peter Bohacic still playing with 4 fouls. 1:10 remaining. White knuckle time. If you have a seatbelt nearby, you might want to buckle it up right about now. This might be a little bumpy. Here goes Bohacic driving in. And he had the great shot, but he just missed it. Now again, another opportunity for Lithuania. Girjonas sprays it. Dimsa still can't get the drop. And look at him wrestle for the basketball. And the foul called on Bohacic. Is going for the basketball, falling on Butkavicius. So Butkavicius will now go to the line. 4 fouls on Bohacic. Jonas goes out. Lithuania have been able to get some open looks. They just haven't knocked him down a couple of times here, but we did see Zukauskas knock one down. Here's Butkavicius, though. Big free throws. And speaking of ice running in veins, looking on in hope from the bench, some of the other Lithuanian players. Here's Butkavicius again, and gets them both to go. Remember, the Czechs missed a couple of technical free throws tonight as well. So Peter Bohacic out of the game. He's got 4 fouls. His brother has 4, and Martin Paterka has 4. So final 40 seconds, 4-point lead for Lithuania. Here's Kislink. It's been the star tonight. Can he get another one here? Passes back out, it's intercepted. And Lithuania, but Butkavicius, oh, he missed a dunk. What happened? You just got to make it as a layup. Oh, and now another turnover. And it's going to lead to another basket. Oh, sloppy play in the end. 12.3 seconds remaining. And I think Butkavicius possibly, well, a little embarrassed, but oh, you can see what happened. He kind of like got struck in the face, and then he went up and just tried to dunk it. And because he didn't hustle back, he was there for the layup. And the Czechs only have themselves to blame. They've had some opportunities here at the end. Now 10 seconds. It's got to be fast. You got to get a 3. You got to put it up. .7 seconds remain. Well, you know, now it's all about, you want to manage the margin of defeat, and boy, crucial free throws being missed tonight by the Czechs, because if they get into a situation with Lithuania where they can win their head-to-head and a goal differential tiebreaker, they want to have that difference as little as possible. So Lithuania will try to get a basket here. And the Czechs obviously will try to get a steal. Here's Kuzminskas. He puts it up, and can you believe it? From half court, Kuzminskas adds insult to injury, and Max Vitas shakes his head. Not sure if he's happy or not. I'm sure he is inside. And look at that. Kuzminskas, this is why he practices that shot every single day. You know he puts up at least one of those in practice. Wow. Lithuania get out of here with a 74-66 win over the Czech Republic. What a game. Well, it's why you love international basketball. You just felt the tension really from that, for that entire second half, when it was clear that the Czechs were coming back. And that last three-pointer by Kuzminskas, you could see he is just very happy with himself, because he knows he's given Lithuania a very important 8-point win. You know, 8-point win is much better than a 1-point win. You look at the numbers, 6 rebounds more for Lithuania, 5 more assists, and Kislink's brilliance really goes for naught. You know, a lot to like. Kuzminskas ended up as the leading scorer. A lot to like from the way that Czech team battled, and really they haven't won, and they've ended up with an 8-point defeat, which is really frustrating for them. But at least they have battled and really shown what they were made of in that second half. They just did not make the plays they needed to make at the end. So tough window for the Czechs. They dropped to 0-2. They know their path is a lot harder to the World Cup.
What went wrong after the third quarter?
Yeah, I thought we played very good second half, especially in the defense. I thought they scored just 39 points. So we covered their offensive rebounds, and we were playing aggressive. Unfortunately, in the end, we didn't make a couple easy buckets, and that cost us a victory.
And what would you like to say about your individual performance, especially for this game?
I mean, it's never really individual. It's always team basketball. Guys were setting great screens. I was just able to driving hard to the basket. Well, but like I say, we did a team effort tonight.
And then I would like to hear also,
you can hear some of the interview of the Czech players taking place here as we look at the highlights.
Who are watching you on the television in your native language, special
So
message.
that was Sainal missing. I'm sure the Czechs are going to be able to draw some positives from this. They won't be thinking about that right now, but Lithuania have to be really ecstatic to have gotten out of here with an 8-point win, because this was not a game where it seemed like it was going to be an 8-point difference, maybe at maximum 4 points, but the Czechs just kind of messed up at the end. A couple of turnovers, and that was even after Bukavicius missed the dunk. So tough finish for the Czechs tonight, but Lithuania are going to give you a battle every time you run onto the court. That was certainly the case tonight. You know, if you draw on the positives for the Czechs, you know that you've got Tomas Kislink, who can bring a lot to the table. Kovács played hard, physical tonight. Zukauskas came out and really showed his toughness for Lithuania. Bohacek hit a big 3 late that cut that 5-point deficit to 2. And this was Bukavicius. After he'd missed the dunk, he stayed down and was able to go up and get a layup. And then this is what really hurts the Czechs, that Kuzminskas was able to make this, which just makes potentially their showdown when they play again much harder to get an advantage. You know, if they want to get a head-to-head advantage in a tiebreaker, they would have to win by 9 points now. The Czechs would. So Lithuania up at the top of Group F with 2 wins in as many games. And the Czech Republic fall to 0-2. Bosnia-Herzegovina are battling away with Bulgaria as we speak. So wonderful game of basketball, folks. Thank you for watching tonight. And there's more action coming your way for the rest of the night here in Europe and also in the Americas. So thanks for watching. Well, the Czech Republic will play at Bulgaria on February 24th and then host Bulgaria on February 27th. Lithuania will have a couple of games with Bosnia and Herzegovina in the February window. Lithuania, they get it done tonight. They win by 8 at the Czech Republic.